Zanzi, welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. What a show it's been, and it's carry on serving you right now and get you on the health train. Now get ready to breathe easy. Now this morning we are discussing indoor allergens and your home with Brent Sinhidge in the building. He's the Vice President of South African Association of Hospital and Institutional Pharmacy. Now we're going to explore the invisible foes affecting your well-being and unlock some tips for a healthier home. Brent, how are you doing this morning?
Good on yourself.
Lekker, man. I'm ready to fight these invisible enemies that we have in our home. Let's get straight into it, man. Can you explain to us indoor allergens, what exactly they are about, and why people that suffer from allergies might be very susceptible to this?
So indoor allergens are any substance that you can find indoors that will cause an allergic reaction in susceptible individuals.
Okay.
So it's your dust mites, pollen, pet dander, mold spores, cockroach droppings, and even some chemicals that you find in and around the house. And for allergy sufferers, it could be quite detrimental to their quality of life. It causes discomfort, disturbances in sleep, and just really makes it difficult for them to be able to do their daily activities or their job.
Jeez, all right. So it's affecting us more than we actually are even aware of. Now, you mentioned a few issues there, one of them being dust mites, right? This is something I hear quite commonly when it comes to spring cleaning time, when it comes to like deep cleaning your home. Where are dust mites usually found? Where can we actually expect them to be? What's the areas where they like really are like honing in?
So dust mites are those microscopic insects that we'll find in bedding, curtains, carpets, mattresses, that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And they really thrive in your humid and warm environments. So that's why they're quite a particular problem in South Africa, and even more so on our coastal areas. So Durban, Cape Town, PE, around that area. Yeah. And what they do is they produce this protein that causes allergic reactions in susceptible people when it comes into contact with their skin or if they inhale it. And that's why it's important just to vacuum, clean, and dust as often as possible.
Yeah, and like you obviously mentioned now with the heat coming through, that means this is the time to definitely get our cleaning on before it gets any worse, right? So you mentioned obviously there are these effects that happen, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly these effects are. Like, what are the symptoms of someone that is, let's say, suffering from allergies? What can they potentially expect, or what would they be going through in that instance when they are affected?
So when you have an allergic reaction, your immune system is what controls how your body defends itself. So if you are allergic to dust mites or house dust mites, your immune system will overreact. It will release an immunoglobulin called IgE, and then that travels to the cells in your body that releases a chemical. And that chemical will result in symptoms such as stuffiness, sneezing, runny nose or itchy nose, throat, the roof of your mouth, as well as your eyes and your ears.
Wow, okay. So many people, I'm sure, can associate with that feeling right now, and I'm sure there's people like possibly even suffering with that exact issue. What sort of treatment options are available, especially when we're talking about allergic rhinitis? This is essentially what this topic is about, right?
Yes, so there's three main categories when it comes to managing or treating allergic rhinitis. And as pharmacists, the first thing we'll always do is non-pharmacological treatment. So that's going to be your allergen avoidance or your environmental control measures. If that doesn't work, we'll move on to your pharmacological therapy and finally immunotherapy. Wow. So your pharmacological therapy, or the medicines that we can provide, you have your antihistamines, your intranasal cortisones, leukotriene receptor antagonists, mast cell stabilizers, as well as rinsing and douching of the actual nasal passages. So your most cost-effective one, and the one with the least amount of side effects, is your nose sprays, your intranasal cortisones. And those help alleviate most of the symptoms. But if they're not good enough, that's when we would add an antihistamine, so tablets. Okay. And those antihistamines work well for your acute or intermittent rhinitis. And just if you are prescribed an antihistamine or decide that your nose spray isn't working and you need one, just remember to ask your pharmacist or tell them that you need a non-sedating one if you need to take it throughout the day.
Of course, so it doesn't affect you with work and stuff. Yeah. Now, let's just get into the practical side of things. If we are looking at eradicating these issues out of our home, what sort of tips do you have for us in terms of like what areas should we really be looking at when it comes to cleaning and kind of just dealing?
So because dust mites and allergen particles are going to be found in moist areas, places with a lot of dust, as well as organic material. So you're looking at your bedrooms, living areas, bathrooms, and kitchens.
Okay.
And you want to just vacuum as much as possible, or regularly at least. And then when you do dust, use a damp cloth, because that prevents the dust from aerating around. And you want to focus on areas such as furniture, movable rugs, curtains, things like that. And then for those that have little ones like myself, you want to look after your soft toys and animals, stuffed animals, sorry.
Wait, well, what are those? I got you.
Stuffed animals, because they also can harbor quite a lot of dust mites, and you need to remember to clean them regularly and as often as you can.
Oh, man, thank you so much for coming through. This is definitely giving me more confidence as I move into the spring cleaning era. I know a lot of South Africans right now are doing exactly that. And if you are suffering, then suffer no more. And remember, September is Pharmacy Month, and our pharmacists are pillars of our community. So take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank them for the contributions that they make. And on top of that, it's time to set the scene, right? So you do love spring, but your allergy symptoms are spiraling. How do you still live your best life? Well, tell us by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages, and you can stand the chance to win 5,000 Rand in cash this week. Yeah, it's happening right now. So don't forget to use the hashtag ALLERGEXND, and your competition closes on Monday, the 18th of September at midnight. For all those T's and C's, you can head over to expressoshow.com. And with that, I wish you nothing but the opportunity to breathe easy. Thanks.
We've been long in the game, healing South Africa one allergy at a time. All the sneezing, runny nose, itching of nose and throat, we've left no stone unturned. Until finally, South Africa recognized us. You've given us the courage to continue to do what we do best. Live, work, play, sleep allergy-free with ALLERGEX Non-Drowsy. Ask your pharmacist for the full allergy range. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.